new numbers from a HarrisX Harvard CAPS poll, all from June. I want you to break it down for us. So let's start from the top. Let's start with President Trump's approval rating. Where does that sit right now, just a few months into his second term?
Well, the president has had a pretty eventful month, and his approval rating is largely steady with what we saw in May. However, it is trending down, and it has been trending down since really he announced the tariffs in early April. So the president started a 52% approval rating in February. It largely held in March. Then it fell fairly significantly in April, and now he's at 46%. So things are steady, but with this slight downwards trend, and it's yet to be seen whether or not the president will break this downward trend in the next month or two as he nears the 6 months in office mark and really reclaim 50% approval or higher as he had in the beginning, or whether, all of a sudden we'll wake up and we'll find him at 40% approval or around 40% approval. So I think a lot of things are in play right now, and the public is in a cautious wait and see attitude when it comes to Trump, his policies, but also the way that Democrats are countering Trump.
We've been in wait and see for a few months now when it comes to these tariffs. So because you're seeing this downward spiral, does it seem like people are still waiting and seeing, but approving him a little bit less? And how does that really, historically, what does that really mean for Trump? Has he seen this before?
Well, by historical standards, he's doing fine compared to himself in the first term, but also other presidents within the first, 6 months of their time in office. The political reality tends to slap you in the face pretty hard and pretty quickly when you are the commander in chief and you're running the country. But I will read for the audience in terms of how he's doing in different areas and what the approval ratings are. So the highest approval rating that Trump carries is on immigration. In May, he was at 51%. Today, he's at 49%. He's had a high of 56% on immigration. And generally, the public approves of the goals of his immigration policies, even though, as we'll talk in a minute, sometimes they, have reservation in terms of how they're approached. And you see this at play when we'll talk about the riots in Los Angeles. In a similar fashion, returning Americas to its values, 48% of voters approve of Trump's job in that regard, and he's garnered a high of 53% at the beginning of his term. And administering the government, reducing the cost of government, he's at 46%, more or less. Foreign affairs, 45%. Where he's getting low marks is tariffs and trade, 41%, and handling inflation, 42%. And especially the inflation, the approval on handling inflation and the inflation issue is very important for Trump, because this is one of the reasons why he was elected, and this is one of the reasons why the Democrats came crashing down before the presidential election. The inability to move the public on concerns around inflation. So there's a very wide range, as you would expect with Trump. Slight downward trends across the board, but that's just governing, right? And it happens to all presidents.